Hello and welcome to Full Send Broadcast Network, here tonight with the Southern Excitement Racing League Northern Border 200 from Michigan International Speedway. The second race in the playoffs here. The first cutoff race, though, is we're going to cut it down from 12 drivers down to 8 after tonight's race. Joining me up here in the booth is Roger Pierce. How you doing tonight, Roger?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Oh, fine as frog hair. Cannot complain on my end. Let's take a look at the pre-race info here as they are wrapping up practice here at Michigan. The weather, the temperature is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The track surface temp is 116. Going to make that track real hot and slick. They're going to be going 100 laps around this 2-mile oval here in upstate Michigan. They're going to have a stage at lap 40. They're not going to throw the yellow for that, but they will award stage points, with 10 points going to the stage winner and 1 point going to 10th. 65% fuel load with 4 sets of tires. That's including the set they qualify on. 1 faster pair. And like we mentioned a while ago, the question on everybody's mind tonight is who will make the round of 8 here after this cutoff race in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Let's pull up the point situation as they are right now for these drivers. After last week's race, heading into this cutoff race, Andrew Rattell sitting in the top spot with 1,063. Bill Stringfellow falling down to second with 1,053. Ronnie Osmer in third with 1,052. Dustin Matson with 1,050. Dakota Campers in fifth with 1,047. And Jeff Merck is in 6th with 1,046. Justin Michael in 7th with 1,044. And right now on the last spot here in the round of 8 to make the round of 8 is Matt Crockett in 8th with 1,039. He is only 1 point to the good right now, as Chris Gones in 9th has 1,038 points, 1 point behind Matt Crockett in that transfer spot. In 10th, we got Blake Giglio, who's 2 points out with 1,037 points. And Christopher Howell is in 11th with 1,033. And Jonathan Cogswell in 12th with 1,030. And that's how they stack up right now as we head into this cutoff race tonight. Definitely going to be an interesting one to be looking for tonight, as they have about 15 seconds left here in practice. Let's pull up the practice results right now as they are. Justin Michael on top of the leaderboard with a 39.28. Andrew Rattell in second with a 39.45. And Dustin Matson in third with a 39.47. And that's how they stack up for the top 3 here in practice, as the checkered flag flies on practice here. And now we're going to be heading over to qualifying. Now we're just waiting to see who's going to jump out onto the track first here. It's like Josh Anderson is going to be one of the first cars to jump out onto pit road. Looks like Kyle Adcock's going to be the first to be moving, though, in that 9 machine. Looks like Matt Crockett jumps out there along with John McMillan Sr. and Andrew Rattell and John McMillan Jr. are all out on the track right now. So what are some things you're kind of looking for in this race tonight, Roger?
Well, Michigan plays a lot like a super speedway, so I'm really interested to see how tire management's played here. As you see Andrew Rattell running that high line and qualifying, I'm curious to see if they're all just going to try to stick high, or if there's going to be some strategy tonight for basically like a lap last move, since this is so much like a super speedway, how fast these guys are going to get going.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be pack racing as these guys come around here. And, as we see Kyle Adcock on his first lap here. Works his way through turns 3 and 4. Right now, the track is a very popular spot right now. As Kyle Adcock comes across the line. with a 40-24. Matt Crockett and Andrew Rattel and John McMillan Sr. come across the line. Ronnie Osmer running right up against that outside wall here in that 55 machine, working on his first lap. Sounding like he is shifting gears right there. Takes the green flag for the 55. Like he's going to
notice that, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to ride the wall, get them tires up to par. Andrew Rattel goes to the top spot with a 40-29. And that 5 machine, sharp looking paint scheme for that driver there. And here's the 3 of Dakota Camper right now in 7th as he comes out of turn 4. He's going to bring it all the way down to the apron, right to the grass line to cross the line there. Let's see what that does for him. It's going to put him up to P2 as he loses it a little bit there as he crosses the line. Go check back in with Ronnie Osmer. His first lap was a 41.06. We still have several drivers out there that have yet to take a qualifying lap.
Bill Stringfellow is now on track.
Ronnie Osmer comes across the line, goes up to P2 with a 40-35. See Bill Stringfellow there on the apron, coming off of pit road. Isaac
Josh
Singleton
Anderson as well.
Isaac Singleton goes up to P7.
Nice little paint scheme on that car.
Right now, it looks like we have 5 cars out on track. Isaac Singleton comes across the line with a 40-48. Go check on Josh Anderson in the 7 right here. Jonathan Cogswell goes to E7 as Matt Goodell goes to the top spot in that 38 machine with a 40-25.
Moving.
Put up the dashboard here to check the current speed on that 38 machine. Looks like he's running about 180 off into turn 3. Looking smooth through 3 and 4. Going to keep it on the apron. Crosses the line. Not going to be faster that time by, but Matt Goodell is on the top spot with that 40-25. Here comes Bill Stringfellow across the line. That's going to put him up to P10 as his qualifying is over. Jonathan Cogswell and Josh Anderson both are done. You see Jeff Merck rolling off a pit road. Really warming them tires up on that 60 machine. Going through the gears, getting that blue and yellow machine there all up to speed. One of the last few cars that has yet to qualify. Right now, Dustin Matson in the 6, Jeff Merck in the 60, who's currently on track taking the green flag, and Justin Michael in the 87 have yet to qualify. as we still have about 3 minutes left in qualifying. Going to be interesting to see. I think these guys may be referring to Dustin Matson and Justin Michael. These guys may be waiting for the track maybe to cool off, or maybe a little bit of cloud cover to come over.
Justin Michael made on track. Just in time to get a lap in.
Dustin Matson now the lone car yet to come off of pit road. Jeff Merck comes across the line P14 on his first lap. He's now going to hold it down to that yellow line to the best of his abilities. Works his way through turns 3 and 4 on his second lap. Looking good so far. And keep it down there, not even drift up a little out of turn 4. Across the line, let's see where that puts him. E5 with a 40.37. We go
Justin
check.
Michael is running inches from the wall.
Getting them tires nice and hot. One of the trademarks from Justin Michael in the 87, running up against that wall on the first lap of qualifying. Now you see him duck down at the line. Now you're going to see him not come off of that line now in the corners. Going to be interesting, though, to see if he actually washes up a little bit out of turn 4 or follows like some of the other drivers did and hold it down there to the apron coming out of the corner. As he didn't even enter from the high lane going into turn 3. He kind of enters from the midline. Gonna hold it down there on the apron really nice and straight to the line. That's going to be a fast lap. How fast, though? P3 with a 40.29. With about 30 seconds left in qualifying, looks like Dustin Matson will not get a lap in. Go back to our blimp cam overlooking this big 2-mile D-shape oval in Michigan for the Northern Border 200 as qualifying is wrapping up here. As soon as it ends, we'll bring you the official starting grid here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Looking at some of these times, Roger, I'm actually kind of excited to see how this racing is going to turn out, with several drivers just right under a blanket.
Yeah, I'm like we talked about earlier with the pack racing. Some of these, what they got to in practice were 39.2 was the lowest, but 39.4, 39.5 was average. So I think that's the lap time we're going to see when they are drafting together. And curious to see what's going to go single file, if they're going to basically be 2 grooves. So I'm very excited to see this. It's going to be a lot of fast action, and I can't wait.
Absolutely, yeah. And let's go take a look at the official starting lineup here in the Northern Border 200. Matt Goodell on the pole in that 38 machine, really looking strong out there tonight in qualifying. In second, we have Andrew Rattel in the 5. Third is Justin Michael. Fourth, Ronnie Osmer. Fifth, Dakota Camper. Sixth, Jeff Merck. Seventh, John McMillan Jr. 8th, Chris Gones. 9th, Josh Anderson. 10th, Jonathan Cogswell. In 11th, we have Kyle Adcock. 12th, Bill Stringfellow. 13th is Isaac Singleton. 14th, Matt Crockett. 15th, John McMillan Sr. And rounding out your field in 16th, who did not qualify, is the 6 of Dustin Matson. And that's your official starting lineup here tonight in the Northern Border 200, race 2 of the Southern Excitement Racing League playoffs. As you see the cars rolling down pit road, getting ready to go green here shaping up to be an exciting 100 laps here at Michigan International Speedway.
If it's anything like that Bristol race, I can't wait. That was exciting to watch, and to be able to call this one and understand a little bit of what's happening here, it's even better.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely shaping up to be a fantastic night here. So who do you think is your pick after broadcasting here for the Bristol race? Who do you think is your pick to bring home the checker flag tonight?
I like that 5 car. The 5 of Andrew Rattel. He played a very smart strategy game in Bristol and kind of laid back a little bit. So I'll be curious to see if he's going to stay out front here and lead, or if he's going to kind of lean back. But the 5 of Andrew Rattel, and I'm going to go with the dark horse here, but I'm picking the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell.
I'm going to have to go with the 3 of Dakota Camper there, as he is very good at saving fuel, and this will probably turn into a fuel mileage race. And we are green here in Michigan International Speedway with the Southern Excitement Racing League playoff race, the Northern Border 200. They get screened off in turn 2. We're already 3 wide, yeah.
Don't know if Andrew Rattel didn't get a good jump or not, but he's going now.
Dakota Camper making a pass for the lead, and we are 3 wide right behind him. Ronnie Osmer trying to side draft Jeff Mert. Jeff Mert now trapped in the middle. Hornet's nest, man. I would not want to be up here.
No, not at all. I mean, the middle groove is just as fast here in Michigan, but if you're not in a pack, you're just going to go straight to the back, just like a super. They're still 3 wide.
That is the nice thing, though, about Michigan here is you're able to go 3 wide and not really risk losing a whole lot, because this track, as we have a car hard in the wall. Big wreck. The 38 of Matt Goodell hard into the wall as the yellow's going to come out.
Yeah, 87 of Justin Michael involved just a little bit. Look like some net code.
Go back and take a look and see if we can figure out what happened here. Gonna have to follow along with Matt Goodell here in the 38. We're going to keep it slowed down for you so we can see what happened a little bit easier. Like he came up in front of the 3 of Dakota Camper a little bit there. Comes back. A bit of bump drafting going on, and it looks, typical case right there of a Chevrolet nose not lining up with the car in front. Little off kilter there, and that it just turns the car in front so much easier off them Chevrolet noses because they come to a point. That's a tough break for the 38 crew right there as we go back live. And it looks like the 38 may be blown up, having to get a little help getting back to pit road with the 5 of Andrew Rattel.
There's a couple cars there that I didn't realize were involved in that wreck. The 60 of Jeff Merck. He doesn't have a whole front bumper.
Yeah, missing the hood and nose of that car. It looked like maybe, I'm trying to figure out who that was. Was it Chris Gones in the 44 got a piece of it?
His front bumper's pushed in a little bit.
Kyle Adcock going to stay out along with Bill Stringfellow and Jonathan Cogswell. Got a bunch of other cars coming down pit road here as we see Dakota Camper going a little bit deep in his box and had to back up.
Good sportsmanship there from the 5 of Andrew Rattel. Pushing the 38 to the pits.
We do have a question here in the live chat from Rammer asking if they do have fast repairs. They do. They have one fast repair out there tonight. And it looks like a couple of drivers are already going to have to use it up. Unfortunately, this early in the race, they're now going to have to play possibly a little bit of a little cautiously for the remainder of these laps here tonight. And for those of you tuning in, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight, we have the Southern Excitement Racing League Northern Border 200 from Michigan International Speedway. The cutoff race for the round of 8. They're going to be cutting, going from 12 drivers down to 8 after tonight's race as we move on into the second round of the playoffs. And this second round of the playoffs is going to be an interesting one. On January 23rd, they're going to be going to Talladega Super Speedway, and then following that up on January 30th at Atlanta. 2 very different tracks. One a super speedway, the other a high tire wear track where they're really going to have to watch out for that right front tire on these cars. I remember running there about a month ago in these cars, and you could only run about 50 to 60 laps on a set of tires, and you're really running the risk of blowing out a right front going that long on it.
Yeah, Atlanta's one of those tracks that you may not even realize that right front is wearing down as fast as it is, and you're gonna blow a tire and hit the wall, and you don't even realize what's happening.
Yeah, because you can be feeling like it's handling really good, not showing too much of a speed loss. I mean, there's a lot of fall off at Atlanta, but not so much that it's really that noticeable. And then all of a sudden on corner entry, it just doesn't turn. It goes right up into the wall, and there's nothing you can do. You're just along for the ride. As the lights are out on the pace car here, we're waiting for it to make the hard left turn onto pit road. Kyle Adcock in the 9 car is your leader. With Bill Stringfellow on the outside, Jonathan Cogswell in 3rd, and Josh Anderson in 4th. Pace car pulls down, waiting for the green flag. Green flag is out here again at Michigan International Speedway. Kyle Adcock with a huge jump right there over Bill Stringfellow.
Curious if it was too big of a jump, though. See if they're going to reel him in, how fast they're going to.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to get freight trained by the time these guys get up to speed and get linked together. As we have a car going 3 wide.
Three wide.
Justin Michael as the 51 of John McMillan Jr. up here pushed Justin Michael up there. And for a second, they were 3, looked almost 4 wide. Cal Adcock leads that lap. Here comes Justin Michael with John McMillan Jr. Michael jumps out to the outside, trying to catch the draft of Bill Stringfellow. Bill Stringfellow's not going to stay behind him, looks like. Tucks back in. Justin Michael gets to the quarter panel, side drives, pulls away, going into turn 3 there. Justin Michael in the 87 is your new leader. With John McMillan Jr. in 2nd. They're 3 wide. Fixing to go 4 wide, look like. Getting
very racy up front.
You see right here from this far shot, every row looks to be 3 wide right now as John McMillan Jr. goes to the point in that 51 machine.
We're still 3 wide, a couple rows back.
Major hornet's nest back here. The entire field you can throw a blanket
4
over.
wide.
Holy cow, 4 wide. But it looks like they're going to figure it out as they go off into turn 1 there.
That tri-oval definitely looked a little chaotic.
Awesome shot here coming down the backstretch is Ronnie Osmer going for the lead underneath John McMillan Jr. Got Bill Stringfellow following him. Got some guys going 3, maybe 4 wide back here, 4 wide. I don't know about you, but I'm tense just watching these guys. I don't know how they're doing it from the driver's seat.
I mean, tense might be word for you, but I'm itching. I wish I was behind one of them steering wheels. This looks like a lot of fun. These drivers are doing an excellent job holding it, keeping it off of each other, and making these runs look fantastic.
And I'm really interested in how these cars are going to update whenever iRacing gets the new data from NASCAR and puts the small spoiler on these things with the 670 horsepower.
If I were a betting man, which I'm really not, I'm gonna say these cars are gonna become very, very, very popular. All the NASCAR fans have been asking for a shorter spoiler, and they're finally getting it, and everyone's curious to see how the cars are gonna react.
Yeah, as right now, your top 2 are single file, nose to tail. Ronnie Osmer choosing to run that high line with Bill Stringfellow in tow. But right now to the inside of him, here comes Justin Michael with the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell trying to battle up for that position. And here comes John McMillan Jr. once again with a big run. Going to side draft Michael a little bit.
Don't look now.
Right
Andrew
now.
Rattel back in the top 10 on that high line, trying to see who's going to make it work.
And look who's all the way up to the 6th spot right now, up 10 positions is that 6 car of Dustin Matson. Looking strong out there tonight. We have a battle for the lead shaping up here between Justin Michael and Ronnie Osmer.
A little bit of a checkup there from the 83 of Bill Stringfellow.
Justin Michael able to clear the 55 of Osmer. Going to bring Jonathan Cogswell with him, looks like. As your top 4 single file working on the top 5 right now being single file. As Dustin Matson clears the 9 of Adcock. And here we go. Jonathan Cogswell moves to the inside of Justin Michael with Ronnie Osmer in tow to take the lead. Your new leader, the 27, Jonathan Cogswell out front. And here comes Ronnie Osmer back to the outside, but Justin Michael pushing him back out front as Justin Michael's going to split them 3 wide for the lead here in turns 3 and 4. Michael going to slide up. Ooh. Holy cow, I don't think there was room for that car down there for the 55 of Osmer.
I don't think so either. I think he just barely made it enough for himself.
Ronnie Osmer trying to get back to the point here. Going to stay behind Cogswell a little bit longer, push him down the backstretch.
as you see though, that high line reigning supreme right now. More cars on it. Jonathan Cogswell doing excellent job though. Basically what we're going to call mirror driving, trying to figure out what line that second place is going to and taking the air away from.
Right now it looks like your top 6 are single file. I say that as Justin Michael jumps out of line. Takes it door to door with the 83 of Stringfellow. They're going to get it sorted back out here. Everyone else is 2x2 rest of the way out. Isaac Singleton in the 95 up 8 spots right now, running in the fifth position. As they're going to fan out to go around the 95 as he lost a lot of momentum. Must have had to check up there. He's going to lose a ton of spots. He's back here in this hornet's nest. Jonathan Cogswell up front here. And that number 27.
He's up 9 spots.
Yeah, and that number 27 racing Brett Ford leading the field right now. And Justin Michael coming back for that second spot to the inside of Ronnie Osmer. Not having any help though. Don't think he's going to be able to hold that very long. You see him falling back now. He's going to be freight trained. Gonna have to see where he's going to be able to find a hole to slide into here. Looks like he's going to fall back to maybe 5th or 6th. Right now, we still have 15 cars on the lead lap, all within a second and a half of each other. We go out to a little bit broader view. That's the entire field minus one car. That one car is in a 16th place. That's the 38 of Matt Goodell. After having that, who brought out the caution there on lap 3. With that hard impact, he's currently 15 laps down in the 16th spot. Tough break for that 38 crew, but very unfortunate.
Looking at the 60 in the 60 of Jeff Merrick and the 83 of Bill Stringfellow, they're doing a really good job pushing here out of the corners and getting that momentum that they need to catch those 2 cars up front.
Yeah, it's definitely being it's interesting to see how some of these drivers are working together. Really kind of figuring out who they can work with, who they can push with, and really mesh together really well. As we see Bill Stringfellow go for the second spot here, Jeff Merck in tow. Justin Michael going to drop down there with them. Looks like they're going to have enough momentum to get around to the inside of Jonathan Cogswell here as they enter turn 1. They're door to door for the lead right now, but can Cogswell have the run off the high line to keep the lead? Looks like he does. Stringfellow gets pushed a little bit, and I seen him sideways some.
Great save.
Yeah, fantastic save. A little bit of damage to the left rear of that car, but able to save it and keep it going. Because he's going to get a split there and push to the back.
Yeah, but look at the Dakota Camper in the 3.
Yeah, running that high line. He's up to the 4th spot right now. Fixing to go to 3rd, to the outside of Justin Michael.
I'm patiently waiting to see what the 6 of Dustin Matson's going to do. He's kind of just sitting back here mid-pack, just watching.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I would not want to be in this mid-pack. Of course, they have settled down quite a bit, looks like. As your top 3 are single file, but everyone else is 2x2 all the way back. And I just wouldn't want to be riding around in the middle here. I either want to be in the front or the back. Because
I'm with you.
Yeah, because normally right here in the middle is where all your incidents tend to happen. As it looks like all of a sudden everyone's looks to be trying to go single file. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, I have in a case of this is going to be if we're pack racing, right? Tire fall off. Don't really know a lot about tire fall off of the next gens. From what I've heard though, it's not a lot. So if these drivers can basically get single file and hold that high line, I don't see why these tires aren't going to last them well over the pit window.
Whoa, Kyle Adcock with a big moment right there. Jumps way low. Very aggressive and abruptly. And he looks like he has a run to go take the lead as we have a wreck going on back here. Yellow is out. 44 of Chris Gones brought to a stop. I seen that start happening right there in the corner of the screen. Let's go take a look and see if we can figure out what happened. I believe that was the 5 of Andrew Rattel that was really sideways right there.
Up on the high line.
Okay, there's the 5 of Andrew Rattel in the middle of your screen. And that orange and black car. 51 of John McMillan Jr. right behind him. Oh, yeah.
Looks like a bad push.
Actually, looks like he tried to go below the 5. Oh, and the 44 of Chris Gones just had nowhere to go. Tough break. Let's go back and take a look at it at full speed here. Let's ride along with the 44 of Chris Gones. See it from his point of view here. See how quickly this hole shuts for him. You see him minding his own business. Oh, yeah, there was nothing he could do at all. It just happened so fast in front of him, there was nowhere for him to go.
The worst. Feel for that driver.
As we go back live, Chris Gones currently going down pit road. Everybody on pit road right now. As Ronnie Osmer, the first to make it off of pit road. In that 55 machine. Followed by Dakota Camper in the 3. As we've completed 26 laps here tonight of the scheduled 100 here from Michigan International Speedway in the Southern Excitement Racing League Northern Border 200 from Michigan International Speedway. So it's
this is definitely living up to the hype.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been very fun to watch and be able to call. And I was expecting pack racing-esque type racing going on, but I wasn't expecting this type of racing going on. I mean, there's just as many passes for the lead going on as you would see at a super speedway. Matter of fact, there's probably more.
Yeah, from what it looks like, Michigan's got a really weird trioval where you get a really good run down the middle of it. And if you have that, basically a car that can push you, you're going to get a run. And either you're going to take it or you're going to kind of just step up and back in line and wait for your next opportunity. So it's very awesome to see these drivers taking these chances, I'll say. But they're not really, because the car control off of these drivers is just incredible. Like,
yeah, that's one thing that I've come to know with this league here in the Southern Excitement Racing League, with both the Next Gen Series and their Truck Series that runs on Saturday nights. all these drivers that they have here in this league are so talented to the fact that I've seen some saves here broadcasting this league that I have never seen in my iRacing career. I mean, it's amazing to see how many wheelmen they have here driving these virtual cars.
Yeah, and from a driver's perspective, I know when you get that big save and the race is broadcasted, you're like, oh, hope we got that. I want to go back and see that because you know you're working hard inside that car to try to get it saved.
Yeah, and that's one thing we like to pride ourselves on here at Full Send Broadcast Network, trying to show every aspect of it. As we see the pace car peel off, come down pit road, green flag is back out. They're hard on the loud pedal. Ronnie Osmer with a jump there. Dakota Camper, though, with a great restart as well, because they're going to go ahead and go 3 wide here. Josh Anderson takes a look, doesn't have the speed quite yet to go 3 wide, but he thought about it.
Ronnie just manipulating that car, going from high to low, getting a big push from Jonathan Cogswell.
Go to Camper door to door with Ronnie Osmer right now, trying to clear the 55 to take the lead. He's going to slide up and block the 55, shut that lane down, and here comes Justin Michael. With a huge run, going to drop it down and pick up a couple of positions in one move.
I mean, this is pack racing to a T, just especially on the backstretch, trying to get that run off the corner.
Now, what do you say we ride along on the back bumper of, let's go with Jonathan Cogswell in that 27. Take a look from the back bumper of his car. Fantastic shot here as we're looking back at Justin Michael in 87. Looks like he's going to get freight trained. Three wide back here.
This is a perfect view to see what run we're talking about down the backstretch. All these cars coming into that bubble, and
here comes Dakota Camper once again to the inside of Jeff Mert, trying to get away from that side draft. To go right along on the gearbox of Dakota Camper. See right there, the 27 of Cogswell so close that his car is actually glitching out a little bit. As Cogswell goes to the inside of Camper, trying to clear the 3. Camper does a little bit of a side draft in 1 and 2 there. Jeff Mert all over the bumper of the 3, pushing him past the 27. Now the 60 is going to make a move, try to pass the 3, and he's going to clear him, but here comes Camper with a crossover.
And that's something you see at Daytona, Talladega. That's super speedway racing to a T.
Huge movement by the 55. Sorry to cut you off there. Huge moment with the 55, slicing and dicing, trying to go somewhere with a run and could not make it happen. Is that 3 wide back here in the middle of the pack now again?
Justin Matson, the six car, he's still just right there.
So many big moments tonight. Dustin Matson. Oh, big wreck.
Oh, big wreck.
Huge wreck. We got a car upside down. Holy cow. That looked like maybe the 51 was upside down. No. Was it the 27 might have been the car that was upside down there?
Jonathan Cogswell.
Huge moment. Let's go back and take a look at that. We'll follow along with Jonathan Cogswell as you see them working their way through turns 3 and 4 here. We have it in slow motion so we can see how everything transpired here. Kyle Adcock with a huge run in that 9 machine.
Oh, he was sideways as well.
51 got hooked by the 6 of Matson. Adcock went for a ride. Cogswell was completely upside down. Holy cow. Go back and take a look at that again. John McMillan Jr. was the car that ended up getting hooked. Looks like the 60 of Jeff Merck came down the side draft. 6 of Matson went to go take it 3 wide and hooked the 51. Oh my gosh, lots of cars involved right there. Let's go back and watch that again from the 7 of Josh Anderson's point of view. Find Josh Anderson here. There he is. Go to the visor cam. See, he cannot see anything going on up here. There's the move to the left of him right there. Holy cow. Like oh yeah, he was involved in that. Had nowhere to go. 55 of Ronnie Osmer almost made it through that. Let's go look at it one more time from the perspective of the 15 of Matt Crockett. We'll watch this one at full speed to see how quickly it just happened. Holy cow.
It looked like the 6 was up a lane. Definitely some contact though, but
we go back live here in the Northern Border 200 from Michigan International Speedway in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. As the lights go out on the pace car, we're going to go back green again. Holy cow, I cannot believe how big that wreck was, Roger.
Yeah, it took out a lot of good cars. As we saw early on in that, the one wreck at the beginning laps, a lot of cars already used their fast repairs, so this is going to be very interesting. I mean, all in all, these cars look pretty good. The 7 of Anderson definitely got a little bit of nose damage still. Looks like Cogswell uses fast repair.
Now, with how tight the racing is here, we will not be able to give you the instant results of the stage, because these drivers are going to be battling for position. There's no way we can freeze the the moment they cross the line to tell you who finished first through 10th. But we will have a 2-lap shootout here for the stage as the stage ends on lap 40. Pace car peels off. Dakota Camper on the loud pedal, getting a huge jump. I see him jumping up in front of Bill Stringfellow as he does right there.
Yep.
Here comes Chris Gones, involved in that incident earlier. He's going to take it to the inside. Oh, had to make evasive maneuvers right there to avoid collecting the 3 right there as the 44 and 55 working together. Chris Gones takes the top spot right now. He is a playoff driver. 1 lap to go in the stage here. We're duking it out for this stage win to get max points here.
Cogswell back up to 4th.
It's going to be so close here as these drivers are fighting for every point possible to avoid elimination here.
Oh, 3 wide.
3 wide for the lead right here as they come to the green and white checkered at the end of the stage. Who's going to get the stage win here? I believe Chris Gones is going to be the winner of the stage. He's going to get the 10 bonus points.
That was like the end of a race right there.
Yeah, that was wild. I mean, that's the best stage finish I've seen so far this season. We have 2 to 3 rows of 3 wide here. They're going to cycle it back out there down to 1 row of 3 wide. Fantastic shot here as these drivers enter the corner.
Cogswell involved in that latest wreck up to 2nd.
87 of Justin Michael. Looks like he's dropping to the back.
A little bit of strategy in play there.
That's what it kind of looks like. Dropping all the way to the back, potentially to stay out of harm's way for the rest of this race as we are approaching the halfway mark. Right now, Chris Gones is your leader. Jonathan Cogswell in tow with Bill Stringfellow in 3rd.
It's 3 wide. In that middle part of that pack, just like we were discussing earlier, either you want to stay in the front or stay in the back. That middle pack is just a little bit too dangerous.
It does look like some of these drivers are like the intensity level instantly dropped. Looks like a lot of these drivers are giving each other more room, starting to spread out a little bit, possibly settling in for a fuel mileage run.
Yeah, throw that to the 27 and Jonathan Cogswell because he's on the bumper of Chris Gones.
But that's allowing them to pull away a little bit up in the front. The top 3 really kind of separated as Bill Stringfellow is starting to fall off.
Cogswell kind of peaks but decides to just stay with the 44. we really haven't had a full fuel run yet. So what are you expected to see out of that?
I feel like the way some of these drivers are starting to run now, as you see, most everyone's single file. Intensity levels back down. We're not sprinting for any points at the moment. Just waiting for that pay window to open up. I would say with probably about 15 to 20 laps to go is when we'll see the intensity level jump back up. I'm expecting these drivers maybe to make it about, I would say 25 to 30 laps on a full fuel run. As the entire field is single file now.
Yeah, but that high line definitely caught those two cars when they started working together.
Yes, it did. You see Dakota Camper there really sucking up to the back of the 83 of Stringfellow. Brought the rest of the field with them as they are now nose to tail. Dustin Matson had to back out a little bit there to fall back in line. Had a big run on the 55 and had to check up a little bit. We see Osmer taking a peek to the inside of Camper. Decides to think better of it. Drops it back in line. We have a couple of drivers here with a little bit of damage. Dropping back. That's John McMillan Jr. in the 51 and the 5 of Andrew Rattel.
We got it.
Oh, Jeff Mert. Yeah, hard in the wall.
Thought I saw that coming.
Looks like who else might have been involved in that? Who was?
Josh Anderson looked like him. They just touched a little bit and got him squirrely.
Let's go back and take a look at that. 60 of Jeff Merck involved as the caution comes back out here on lap 49. You see here the 60 of Jeff Merck behind Josh Anderson in the 7. 95 of Isaac Singleton up high. Waiting to see what really brought this out. Oh, yeah, Josh Anderson just come down. Didn't look like he was expecting the 60 of Jeff Merck to be there. Oh, Isaac Singleton got collected hard into that. Looks like he was able to keep it under control on the 95's end. But man, Jeff Merck with the biggest hit of it all right there. Tough break for that 60 crew.
Yeah, but Isaac Singleton with a great save for being hit where he was hit.
Yeah, that car, any other driver probably would have been turned into the wall or shot all the way down to the pit wall through the grass. See these drivers starting to come down pit road. Looks like we have a whole lot of takers here. Looks like Isaac Singleton blew up upon entering pit road there. Looks like he's going to have to tow. You heard it right there. The motor expiring on that 95 machine as they enter pit road. As we are now at the halfway point of this race. The Northern Border 200 definitely shaping up to be a fantastic race tonight. packed full of action, drama. And that's the kind of racing you get and the excitement you get when you have pack racing of this style.
It's definitely been a fun one to call, fun one to watch. These cars are reacting a lot more like a super than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, as Dustin Madsen has scored your leader right now off of pit road with a 7.22 second stop. That's either going to be no tires or right sides only and full of fuel on that 6 machine. He's now up 15 spots from the drop of the green flag tonight. As the lights go out on the pace car, looks like he's going to elect to take the high side on the restart.
Now you're going to have a couple of them drivers who are going to try to make it all the way to the end.
I don't think these guys could make it all the way to the end. I could be wrong, but I don't think it would be possible. But I've been wrong before. And that's the beauty of calling these races, is we don't have the complete data that these drivers do at hand to know exactly how much fuel that they have.
And these next gens, they've been out about a year now, but there's still so much about them that we don't know.
And with updates constantly coming to these cars, changes almost on a daily basis.
Oh, exactly. The hit models, the gearbox was huge. Is huge with this one. iRacing's been updating these cars more and more frequently because these are the next cars up on the main stage, we'll call it.
Yeah. As the green flag comes back out here in the Northern Border 200 of Michigan International Speedway, Dustin Madsen gets a fantastic restart there. The inside line didn't really get going too well. This field really spread out all of a sudden. Ronnie Osmer right on his tail. As we are working on lap 53 of the scheduled 100.
Okay, just 2 rows right now. A lot of slower cars in the back with damage. You're going to have that with only 1 faster pair.
What do you say we do a full send, fire it up here for a few laps?
Sounds good to me.
As the caution comes out, looks like Justin Michael involved in the 87 machine. Let's go see if we can take a look and see what happened to him. See the 87, the chrome and blue Beretta 87 right there. Like it came up a little bit of net code with the 3.
He almost saved that car.
Oh, and then the 3 came back down and it was net code once again. Yeah, almost had that car saved and locks it down. Wasn't able to lock it down enough before contact was made with the outside wall. Tough break for Justin Michael in the 87. Car has loads of damage on it. Looks like he's going to have to use a fast repair. Chris Goins has scored your leader in the 44 machine, with Bill Stringfellow in second, Jonathan Cogswell in third, Ronnie Osmer in fourth, fifth, Dakota Camper. Sixth is Dustin Matson, seventh, Kyle Adcock, eighth, Josh Anderson, ninth, John McMillan Jr., 10th, Matt Crockett, 11th, John McMillan Sr., 12th, Justin Michael, 13th, Isaac Singleton. Out of the race is Jeff Merck, Andrew Rattel is in 15th, and rounding out your field in 16th is the 38 of Matt Goodell. And that's your full field rundown under caution here in the Northern Border 200 in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series from Michigan International Speedway.
So we're about to have 30 to go. Pit stops. What's your strategy play here?
I would be banking on another caution and come in under that yellow to top it off, get fresh tires, and make a hard charge for the end.
See that? It's looking like Justin Michael's not taking the fast repair.
Yeah, it looks like he is sitting on pit road getting some damage fixed. Possibly knows something that we don't. I know we've seen some damaged cars stay with the pack all night long. Maybe looking for him to save that fast repair for the end.
That would be the smart move. For me, at least, thinking broad spectrum. So, we've seen a lot of pushing tonight from these cars, and it's going to get aggressive again here shortly. So, maybe a couple drivers saving that fast repair. Probably the best thing.
Believe we're going to be getting the 1 to go signal. We do. Lights are out on the pace car, signaling we're going green this time by. Chris Goins is going to elect to choose the inside lane on this restart. Lots of cars that have already had lots of damage here. Really hoping that they don't have any more issues for the rest of the race here. When we go green, we'll be going green on lap 60 with 31 laps to go in the race.
Yeah, with 15 to go. I'll say 15 at the latest. That's when they're gonna go for it. That's when you're gonna see some hard charging moves to the front.
As the pace car peels off, we're waiting for them to take the green flag. There it is, green flag back out here at Michigan International Speedway in the Northern Border 200 in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Chris Gomes with a fantastic restart right there. Jonathan Cogswell in tow. Field goes single file really quickly here. I think we're going to see a lot more of this single file as the race goes on until we get to the closing laps. As I say that, Bill Stringfellow makes a move. Kyle Adcock and Toe, they're trying to make some moves right now, trying to get to the third and fourth spots.
Yeah, but I don't want to jinx it. My dark horse pick is definitely fast tonight. Showing a lot of speed in that 27 Ford.
Kyle Adcock going to the inside of Bill Stringfellow along with John McMillan Jr. John McMillan Jr. is my dark horse tonight. He's been showing lots of speed here all night long and really putting himself in some good positions to make some really good gains here. He's currently up. Let's see here. He is up 4 spots since the start of this race. Really looking good as he moves into the 3rd spot.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Definitely showing a lot of speed tonight.
And it looks like he is on the move right now as he is closing in on the 27 of Cogswell. Really looking fast all of a sudden. Maybe he's thinking it's time to go now. Pulls
very
right
well.
up.
Yeah, I mean, that car had a lot of pull to it.
He's gonna lose.
I think he's definitely going to need help on the bottom, though, if he's going to complete that pass.
Yeah, he lost his hole right there to be able to get into. Bill Stringfellow closes the door on him. 51 of John McMillan Jr. going to fall back now. Possibly in danger of losing 6th place here to Ronnie Osmer. Finally going to tuck in line there.
Yeah, but nothing that John McMillan Jr. should be upset about. He kind of set himself up there to see what kind of run he could get in that 2-3 lap time frame, and he can go to the front.
Yeah,
so
that may have been what he was doing. He may have been trying something out while everyone is single file to see if he will be able to make a move by himself. And now he knows he cannot. You're going to have someone go with you. Chris Gomes is still scored your leader in that 44 machine with Jonathan Cogswell in tow. Kyle Adcock in 3rd, trying to make a move on Jonathan Cogswell right now.
Oh, that 9 car making it stick on the low side.
Gonna lose all this momentum though. He needs to tuck back in line right now if he can. If not, he is in danger of losing a lot more spots. As you see right there, Bill Stringfellow closing the gap. Kyle Adcock has nowhere to go now. He's going to get shuffled all the way to the back of this line. As we just completed lap 65 of 100 here tonight. For those of you tuning in, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight we have the Northern Border 200 from Michigan International Speedway in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. It's been one heck of a show tonight. These drivers wheeling these cars around this big 2-mile D-shaped oval, making it work, making some big moves as we have John McMillan Jr. going way low right there.
He had a good run right there, trying to see what he was going to make out of it. I just hope he doesn't use up too much of his tires testing out moves to make.
as he is now going to get shuffled to the back of this line. He's going to be able to get up there in front of Kyle Adcock in the 9. And you have to be careful also when you try to make these moves with this draft package that these next gens have. Because one move where you lose enough momentum, you can lose the draft very, very quickly in these cars. And then next thing you know, you're just falling back and there's no chance. You just watch your race hopes go out the window and disappear out the windshield in front.
Yeah, the draft here is very important. And these cars, you've heard them from drivers and every part of interviews, and it doesn't matter what kind of track. These cars are very finicky in the air. And if you don't have that partner or you're by yourself, you're probably going to lose the main pack. So timing of these moves is definitely critical.
Yeah, as a lot of these drivers, we still have 13 drivers on the lead lap. We only have 3 that are down any kind of laps. Andrew Littell is 10 laps down in that 5 machine. And then he is still running currently. Jeff Merck in the 60, 19 laps down out of the race. And Matt Goodell, 64 laps down out of the race.
This is far from over. There's a lot of top contender cars in the top 7, I'll say.
I would say any of these drivers, as you see right there, this is what I was talking about earlier. John McMillan Jr. stepped out of line, tried to try something, and he has now fallen back in between the 2 packs here. I would say, though, anybody from 6th, the top 6 definitely have a chance at this right now, given that it goes green the rest of the way. But let's take a look at what's back here in this second pack that's being led by the 15 of Matt Crockett. You have Matt Crockett. Oh, as we see John McMillan Sr. making a move on the 15. The 3 decides to go with the 75 along with the 87. Now we have a little bit of racing going on in this second pack. You have some very strong cars back here. The 3 of Dakota Camper, the 87 of Justin Michael, and now the 51 of John McMillan Jr., who've been strong all night long and been up front most of the night. They find themselves back here in this second pack.
Yeah, if this second pack could get together, they could definitely catch the lead pack.
We now have less than 20 laps to go. Or sorry, 30 laps to go.
As the front pack's getting a little racy, though.
Yeah, Bill Stringfellow shuffling the 44 of Chris Goins out of the lead. This is going to allow the second pack to catch them very quickly, as they are getting pretty racy up here.
I think Chris Goins is going to accept that. No, there he goes, looking low just a little bit.
Yep, going to side draft 83 and pull away. Jonathan Cogswell going to go with him. Ronnie Osmer going to pull up to the 83's bumper and help him out. Being 2x2 is not helping their cause of breaking away from that second pack. That's allowing that second pack to actually catch them at a pretty alarming rate right now. You see on the left side of your screen, just in turns 1 and 2, they already gained 2/10.
Another couple laps and it's going to be a free-for-all all over again.
Just that lap alone, that second pack was able to catch them by a little over half a second. See how these drivers are a little unorganized. They're kind of bobbing and weaving. And if you look back here, these guys are all single file screaming down the back stretch.
Little Stringfellow goes for the lead again.
Oh, that got tight right there between the 55 of Osmer and the 44 of Gones. I thought there was fixing to be contact between them.
The 6 of Dustin Madsen kind of got into it a little bit as well. Great save by all drivers.
Oh, the 44 gets turned. Big wreck. John McMillan Sr. involved. Huge incident. The 6 of Madsen. We're going to have to go back and take a look at this. See, the 44 of Chris Gones got turned. There's the contact between Madsen and Gones. And Madsen gets turned by the 27 of Cogswell. John McMillan Sr. tries to avoid it and gets clipped hard.
Tough break.
Go right along with John McMillan Sr. to see his point of view of that incident. We're going to play it at full speed. Nothing he could do about that. He was checking up, trying to get it wound up. Tough break for that crew there. We go back live. The field comes down pit road. This is looking to be the final stop of the race.
Yeah, I guess it's showtime.
Yeah, as by the time we go green, we will have about 20 laps to go. Definitely going to be time to amp up the intensity here. Justin Michael makes it off pit road first. Matt Crockett in second. Ronnie Osmer in third. Bill Stringfellow falls all the way back to fourth. That 87 machine, a little bit of damage on the nose of that car. Going to be leading this race. We're going to have to see if that damage is going to be any hindrance. Did you see right there? That nose of that Toyota is flat. Matt Crockett putting himself up there in prime real estate right now in that 15 machine. He had a little, Justin Michael had an 8-second stop. Matt Crockett had a 10.5-second stop. So Matt Crockett potentially taking 2 tires to Michael's no tires. And it looks like everybody from there on out took 4.
Yeah, I can't really tell you. It's gonna be. Obviously 4 tires are gonna rule it all. So not really sure what the 87 was thinking there. Definitely gonna have to see.
As the lights go out on the pace car, they're going to rack them back up. We're going to do this again here in the Northern Border 200 at Michigan International Speedway in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Justin Michael, your leader right now. When we go green, we will have 21 laps to go here out of the scheduled 100 in this event.
Yeah, getting down to the final laps, you're going to see some aggressive moves here, an aggressive restart. I'm excited to see it.
Now, on this restart, who do you want to ride along with here?
The 83 of Bill Stringfellow. I think the 87 is a little bit too much damage here. And he didn't take any tires, so I'm really curious to see how much this Highline is going to get woed up.
Well, on this restart, we're going to ride along with the 83 of Bill Stringfellow and see what it looks like on these wild, hectic restarts here at Michigan. Green flag is back out here. Hard on that loud pedal, grabbing third gear. Now on the fourth gear. Shoving the 87 down the straightaway while getting shoved himself by the 15 of Matt Crockett. Ronnie Osmer out of nowhere on the low side taking the lead.
Yeah, but here comes both our dark horse picks, 27 of Jonathan Cogswell and 51 of John McMillan Jr. on the bottom line.
As we're now riding along with the 51 of John McMillan Jr. As he is currently getting freight trained.
Not sure if there's going to be a caution for that, but the 6 of Dustin Matson.
Like he's going to take it down onto pit road and stop in his box.
Looks like the 95 of Isaac Singleton and the 6 of Dustin Matson got into it a little bit, but they managed to keep it off the racetrack.
Let's go back and take a look at what happened between the 6 and the 95. You see right here, you see the 95 and the 6 right there. Looked like the 6 tried to come down. Kudos to Isaac Singleton in the 95, able to keep that car underneath him and keep it going with no yellow. As we go back live here, top 7 are single file.
For how much longer? Jonathan Cogswell looking down low.
Looked like Bill Stringfellow had to check up there entering turn 1.
Doesn't look like the rest of them are ready to play. Oh!
Stringfellow power move to the inside of Osmer, bringing the 3 of Dakota Camper with him. The 83 is your new leader. The 3 of Camper in second. Osmer falls back to third.
Yeah, it's going to get a little bit more racy up here, I'm afraid. It's going to... Cogswell getting a great run off the corner.
Cogswell to the inside of Camper. John McMillan Jr. in tow of Cogswell, trying to make their way to the front as we are coming to 15 to go. here, the 27 of Cogswell. John McMillan Jr. saying he is not done yet. Battling up, fighting for that second spot, pushing Cogswell off into turn one. Gonna look low of Cogswell.
That was scary.
Oh, Stringfellow hard in the wall. Collecting camper, the 55 of Osmer involved. The yellow's going to come out. Holy cow, these guys are racing their hearts out right now. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. See the 3 of Dakota Camper right there. Started with the 83 of Stringfellow on corner exit here. Let's go ahead and slow it down a little bit for you.
Like, just clip the wall. Oh.
Yeah, the 83s, you see him drifting up, slaps the wall, barely collects off the nose of the 3 and comes across the nose of the 55 of Osmer. Really tough break for these guys. See Ronnie Osmer there going for the ride. Trying to collect it up there. That wreck could have been so much bigger than what it was. Props to these guys being able to do a little bit of wreck avoidance and have a good handle on their car to be able to really keep it gathered up. Tough break for Dakota Camper there as he is missing the entire nose of that car. Ronnie Osmer up here, a little bit of damage. Bill Stringfellow missing the back bumper to his car. As these drivers are going to come down pit road and get their cars serviced once again. Jonathan Cogswell, your current leader. John McMillan Jr. in second. And Matt Crockett up to third. Josh Anderson in fourth. Fifth, Kyle Adcock. And sixth, Dakota Camper. And this is shaping up to be an exciting finish here. By the time we go green, we'll have about 10 laps to go here in the Northern Border 200 here from Michigan International Speedway. Shaping up to be a fantastic finish here. For those of you tuning in, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Southern Excitement Racing League never fails to put on a fantastic show for the fans out here.
Yeah, this is very entertaining to watch, even better to call. Damage all around on all these cars, so it is even playing field throughout. There's a couple drivers took 4 tires in that last pit stop, so curious to see how fast they're going to drive up to the front with about 10 laps to go. It's now showtime. So we know these drivers have enough fuel and the tires are tires. So I'm excited to see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, as we're waiting for the field to come across the line here to see if they're going to get the signal for one to go. Lights do go out on the pace car, signaling we are going green this time by. We're going to be going green with 11 laps to go here tonight in the Northern Border 200. Jonathan Cogswell's going to elect the start on the inside. Don McMillan Jr. starting on the outside here. And if you look at Jonathan Cogswell, nose of that car, it is flattened just a little bit, but that did not stop him from taking the lead in a very aggressive fashion with a huge run that he had.
Yeah, looking like just a little bit of damage isn't doing that much aero deduction, which is really good to see that a lot of these cars are still keeping up with each other.
But you know, though, Matt Crockett in that 15 does not look like he even has a scratch on that car. he could be sitting in prime spot right now in that 15 machine.
Well, Matt Crockett definitely played the Duckett game, was hanging out in the back most of the race. So, yeah, this will be exciting to see.
Pace car peels off, green flag in hand. Green flag is back out here. Jonathan Cogswell, great start. Matt Crockett matching it on the back bumper of the 27. Here comes Kyle Adcock to the inside of Matt Crockett.
That car has no damage either. A little bit on the right side, a little flat. Other than that,
The intensity. Oh, we have another wreck happening. Isaac Singleton gets turned hard in the inside wall. Justin Michael involved. Holy cow. I cannot believe the hit that Isaac Singleton just had right there. Let's go back and take a look at that. I'm going to slow it down right here for you. The 95 and the 87 right there on the left side of your screen. Like the 87 just gave a bad push to the 95 and then comes down. 87 ducks way down. Here comes the 95 trying to tuck back in line. A little bit of net code. Going to send the 95 down and collects the 87 with him at full speed into the inside wall. Massive impact for the 95. Holy cow.
yeah, that was a hard hit.
Pretty hard impact for the 87 as well, but the 95 blew the motor instantly. Tough break for these guys. We go back live here. We're going to have a shootout here. As we now are crossing the line with 9 to go, expecting to go green with about 6 or 7 to go. The intensity just ramping up that much more. Lots of playoff drivers getting some hard hits in tonight. The highest playoff driver right now is the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. Matt Crockett there in second, and Ronnie Osmer in third. After them three, you have to go all the way back, I believe, to the 7th place car of Bill Stringfellow. And then you got a gaggle of playoff drivers there. You have Stringfellow, Camper, Gones, Matson, Michael, all right there from 7th to 11th. And then down there in 14th and 15th, you have Andrew Rattel and Jeff Merck. Jeff Merck out of the race. So is Isaac Singleton now after blowing that motor. Andrew Rattel looking to pick up hopefully another spot for him. Now that Singleton is out of the race, that's another point for Rattel possibly.
Yeah, this is gonna get a little bit dicey, I think. The 9 of Kyle Adcock showed a lot of speed in that corner before that caution came out, so he's gonna be someone to watch for.
Yeah, and we have a couple of drivers looking for their first win of the season. I believe Cogswell looking for his first win. Matt Crockett looking for his first win. Kyle Adcock and John McMillan Jr. looking for their first win.
Well, one of them's probably gonna get it. Knock on some wood here for them, but a lot of fast cars up here are the people you just named.
They're gonna rack them back up here. We're gonna go green with 7 laps to go. intensity. You can feel it here. These drivers really wanting to get this win, make it to the round of 8 in the playoffs, or get their first checkered flag of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Nope, Justin Michaels still hasn't used fast repair.
Waiting for that pace car to make that left-hand turn. There it goes. The field resting heavy on Jonathan Cogswell's shoulders as he gets hard on the loud pedal there. Gets out to a big jump, not fearing the repercussions of the draft here. Ronnie Osmer getting up to the second spot now. Here comes Osmer with a huge run. Matt Crockett pulling up on the back of Osmer. John McMillan Jr. going to dig it down low. Power move. Oh, as Cogswell gets shuffled up, John McMillan Jr. going for the lead here. 3 wide.
Cogswell not giving up though.
Go. Cogswell, here comes Stringfellow. We're 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Cogswell back out front. For the moment here, John McMillan Jr. has Stringfellow right behind him.
Great block by Cogswell.
Matt Crockett with Kyle Adcock in tow. These drivers, you could throw a blanket over them here. I feel there's another caution brewing here as we have 5 laps to go. Jr. up in second. Jonathan Cogswell leading right now. Drivers scrambling for position right now as these top 2 are starting to separate themselves from the field.
That they are.
Here comes Ronnie Osmer getting up in front of Matt Crockett there. Matt Crockett with the crossover. Matt Crockett can see it in front of his face right now, wanting to get up there. 4 laps to go.
Going in and get a little more intense each lap.
John McMillan Jr. looking to the inside of Cogswell, trying to figure out how to get by that 27 machine. Here comes Osmer to the inside of McMillan Jr. Osmer with a power move, going to the point here, gonna clear Cogswell. Here comes Kyle Adcock trying to make a move with him. Osmer gonna go up in front of the 27. The 27 and the 51 gonna cross him over. 3 laps to go here.
This is.
I don't think the 51 is gonna leave the 27's back bumper until the last lap here.
That's what it looks like. Looks like the last lap move.
Every move that the 27 makes, the 51 makes with him. Here comes Osmer again. Gonna clear him by a car length on the exit of turn 4. 2 laps to go. Cogswell with a big run. McMillan Jr. gonna follow, give the 27 a shove. Here comes Matt Crockett throwing his name into the hat. Crockett trying to dip it down low below Osmer. Here comes Stringfellow trying to go to the inside of McMillan Jr. Osmer with a huge block up in front of Cogswell. Cogswell going to dip it down now and pick up Matt Crockett. John McMillan Jr. going to be cycled back. 3 wide. Matt Crockett up to second behind Cogswell now. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here in the Northern Border 200 in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Jonathan Cogswell leading, Matt Crockett in second. Ronnie Osmer in third, Kyle Adcock in fourth.
These drivers are just full sending it with whatever equipment they have left.
Here they come screaming down the backstretch for the final time. Ronnie Osmer looking to try to get a huge run here, going off into 3 and 4. Matt Crockett not leaving the back bumper of the 27. Crockett going to bump the 27 here in the corner, trying to loosen him up. Crockett going to dip it down to the inside. To the line, drag race. Cogswell gets it. Jonathan Cogswell with the win right there. Matt Crockett bringing it home in second. Ronnie Osmer in third. Holy cow. That was an exciting finish there. I could not believe how close that was. That was just, oh my God, that was amazing.
That was very close. Great racing all the way around. I was speechless those last few laps. These drivers were making moves that shouldn't be made, and they were making it stick.
Yeah, dude, that was just crazy. I for sure thought Matt Crockett had it in the bag when he pulled down to the apron. Cogswell gonna burn it down in that 27 racing rat machine right there.
Is this the first time a dark horse pick has won?
I believe so. Holy cow.
Yeah, Jonathan Cogswell is a class act. Raced with him a lot, and nothing but good things to say about that driver. He is as skillful as they come, and it's awesome to see him get his first win here in Michigan.
Yeah, that's just amazing right there. The speed that Cogswell had right there.
And you know, we didn't really talk about it a lot, but the last 30 or so laps, the sun started to come out.
Yes, it did. Now that you point that out, yeah. So let's give you a rundown. Let's give you a rundown of how they finished here. Your winner, Jonathan Cogswell, in a nail-biting finish, bringing that 27 machine home victoriously. In second, you have Matt Crockett in the 15, making a last lap move, trying to bring home the checkered flag. And Ronnie Osmer bringing it home third. Fourth was Kyle Adcock. Fifth, Bill Stringfellow. Sixth was John McMillan Jr. Seventh, Dustin Matson. Eighth was Justin Michael. Ninth, Josh Anderson. 10th, Dakota Camper. 11th, Chris Gomes. John McMillan Sr. bringing it home 12th, and 13th was Andrew Rattell. 14th, Isaac Singleton, and 15th, Jeff Merck. Rounding out the field in 16th was Matt Goodell. And that's your official finishing order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Northern Border 200 for Michigan International Speedway. Let's get to our post-race interviews here. We have Ronnie Osmer up first. Let's get him up here in the booth and talk to him about that finish. Hey there, Ronnie Osmer. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, walk us through how that race went for you. Exciting finish, and overall made some big, bold moves all race long.
It was a crazy race. It's like a normal pack race, but with how Michigan is, there's multiple lines, and you can make some crazy moves happen here. And just fortunately couldn't make the right move there at the end, but fortunately come home third.
Yeah, did you think you had the momentum right there on that last lap to get it to the checker flag first, or what was your thought process there as y'all came out of turn 4?
Well, I was setting it up to pass like twice on the past 5 laps. I would get a run on them down the back and then do a slide job basically in 3 and 4. But Cogswell had a different partner that time, and they ran their line a little bit different down the back straight, and so I couldn't set it up, and they ran the bottom, and so I couldn't get that run. Fortunate still to get that third.
Yeah, Roger, you have any questions for Ronnie?
Yeah, tire wear, man. Was where the tires kind of, it seemed like you guys could hold the bottom throughout the whole race.
There was some tire wear. It would get tighter over the run, and that's why in the long run we kept running up and up on the track. And but you could work that bottom maybe once or twice a lap. But if you did consecutive laps, that it would go away. But the tire wear was there, but it wasn't extremely bad to have a huge effect.
Well, looking forward to next week. We're going to be going to Talladega Super Speedway here to start the round of 8. How do you feel about going out there for an even bigger pack race?
I always love super speedway racing, so it's going to be fun.
Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there tonight?
Shout out to PH Aware, Dakota guys that run this league, and you guys for broadcasting.
Much appreciated, man. And once again, congrats on bringing it home third. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week after we leave Talladega.
Hope so.
Thank you. And that was Ronnie Osmer, your third place finisher, bringing that 55 machine home after a nail-biting finish, trying to make the 3 wide pass on the high side to bring home the checkered flag, ultimately coming home third, barely missing that mark. Now in second place here, up 12 spots, he is our biggest mover of the race, is the 15 of Matt Crockett. Let's get him up here and talk to him. Hey there, Matt Crockett, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congrats on bringing it home P2. Thought you had it there at the line, but unfortunately came up just a few feet short. Looked really fast out there and ultimately showed a lot of speed tonight and finally had a race go your way. Walk us through how that race went for you, man.
Well, the first 3 quarters of it was play safe. Play safe, keep that fast repair just in case. And honestly, the second to last restart, I was right behind the 27, had a heck of a restart. And my goal, honestly, was to push the 27 to the W, to the checkered all the way. I just wanted to push him out there, get him that checkered, stay safe in the playoffs. Hopefully that advances me. But overall, it was awesome. Forward 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, man, that was definitely an exciting finish. And definitely thought you had it there at the end. Were you worried at all right there when you seen Osmer taking it 3 wide on the high side for the checkered flag there?
No, actually, I was in the corners of 3 and 4, pushing the crap out of the 27, and he was able to keep it straight, and I kept pushing him, and he ended up staying right on the line, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try to take it 3 wide low, and let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't die.
Well, Roger, you have any questions there for Matt?
No, man, you pretty much answered it. You said you were play it safe. During some of the wrecks, though, the avoidance by you guys was just incredible. So just hats off to you guys for being able to wheel those cars the way that you guys were doing it. You put on an excellent show.
Thank you. Appreciate it, sir.
And you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people watching tonight?
Well, can't beat the Blue Oval going 1, 2, 3 here at Michigan. That's pretty rad. Also, I want to shout out Utah Foster Care. They are actually allowing me to run their logos in iRacing, so thank you to them. Liquid Death, look them up. Look up liquiddeath.com. They are actually at your local 7-Elevens. I think they're only like $1.25 or something like that. And their goal is to murder your thirst by getting rid of bottled waters. So they're going to cans, more recyclable, trying to help everybody out. And thank you so much. This is a heck of a race. It was fun. On to next week.
Yeah, and like you said, looking forward to next week is Talladega. How do you feel about your chances going out there with a even bigger plate racing race going to be going on there?
Well, with these new cars, anything bigger than a 1.5 mile is basically super speedway racing. And just Talladega, it's going to be the same way. Play it safe, and hopefully I could work with somebody. I don't care who, somebody in the playoffs, and just run it back up there through there, and stay out of the big ones and keep my nose clean, keep the bumper clean, so you don't hook nobody.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. And once again, congrats on that second place finish there. And hopefully we're going to talk to you again next week when we leave Talladega.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything you do.
No problem, man. You have a good night.
You too as well.
And that was Matt Crockett, your runner up tonight in that 15 machine after a very tight finish there with the winner, Jonathan Cogswell. Now, what do you say we get our winner in here and speak to him for a moment? Mr. Jonathan Cogswell in that 27 machine. Hey there, Jonathan Cogswell. You got a copy?
I sure do.
Hey, man, congrats on the race win. You definitely sound excited. First win of the season. Definitely making a statement here in the playoffs. Walk us through how that race went for you, especially that last little restart there with about 6 to go.
Well, a lot of people helped me. You know, they could have took me out, but they didn't. They helped me, and that's how I was able to win, actually.
Man, it was definitely exciting. Lots of slicing and dicing and crossovers happening. Were you worried at any point in time there coming out of turn 4 that either Matt Crockett or Ronnie Osmer were going to get you there at the line?
Well, I was worried because, well, earlier in the race, you know, I got abandoned a few times, and I was starting to get mad. And later in the middle of the race, I was on the roof upside down looking at the scenery, wondering how I'm going to flip my car over, but I managed to do that.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard hit there for you when you got turned and ended up on your lid there. Were you worried that you were even going to be able to recover from that incident?
Well, I had my one fast repair, but the problem is I was starting to get up there in incident points, and during that end of the race, I was at 16 incident points, so one more tiny little bump, I would have been in penalty.
Yeah. Well, Roger, you have any questions for Jonathan?
No, man, just great race. You put on a great show. You had a lot of speed early on. Keep doing what you're doing. You're going to do great at Talladega, and can't wait to see you pull a W there as well.
Well, you have any shout-outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there, Jonathan?
Well, I'd like to thank Dairy Queen for sponsoring me. And SERLs, this is my first win on my own. I didn't depend on no one else wrecking, so this is a great day for me. It really is.
Yeah, man, definitely looks strong out there, and that was a fantastic finish and bringing home the checkered flag. We were wondering.
I almost got hooked there at the end, but I was able to recover from it.
Yeah, we were wondering when you were going to get your first win this season, and it couldn't have come at a better time as we head into the round of 8. And speaking of the round of 8, we have Talladega and Atlanta coming up. How do you feel about going to those two tracks?
I love it. It's a lot like this track. It's just like a super speedway type, and I ran in the league, and all we ran was super speedways for a whole season, and I got really good at it. So that's experience is coming into play right now, and it's helping a lot.
Yeah, man. Well, once again, congrats on the race win, the first of the season. And hopefully you're able to knock out a couple more here as we round out the season. And just want to congratulate you on that first place finish. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week when we leave Talladega.
Yeah, I get to talk to you a lot in some of them other leagues, but SRL has such talented drivers that I barely get to talk to you. I almost did yesterday. I was 4th, but I almost got to talk to you yesterday. But that was a great finish, too. I finished 2nd at the halfway and 4th there. So it's been an amazing week, really. Bristol was terrible. I reformatted my computer to Windows 11, and ever since then, I've been on a roll.
Well, all right, man. Well, we appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us, and you have a good night. We'll see you again, I believe, on Tuesday night.
Thanks for all you do. This is the most fun I've had well, it makes my sorrows at Bristol go away.
Well, all right, man. Well, you have a good night. Congrats on bringing home the checkered flag.
Thanks. We'll talk to you soon, I hope.
Absolutely. And that was Jonathan Cogswell, your race winner tonight, bringing home the checkered flag, the first one of the season. Very ecstatic about it. Very well deserving right there for that 27 machine of Jonathan Cogswell. Worked hard all season long to make the playoffs, and now has that race win under his belt. Now that the first one's out of the way, be looking for that man to be getting many more here as we round out the season here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Let's bring up your official finishing order one more time before we sign off. Your winner, Jonathan Cogswell, in that 27 machine. Matt Crockett bringing it home second. Third was Ronnie Osmer. Fourth, Kyle Adcock. Fifth, Bill Stringfellow. Sixth was John McMillan Jr. Seventh, Dustin Matson. Eighth was Justin Michael. Ninth, Josh Anderson. 10th, Dakota Camper. 11th, Chris Gones. 12th, John McMillan Sr. And 13th, Andrew Rattell. 14th was Isaac Singleton. 15th, Jeff Merck. And rounding out the field in 16th was the 38 machine of Matt Goodell. And that's your official finishing order one more time here from the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series, the Northern Border 200 from Michigan International Speedway. We'll be live here once again on Tuesday night for the Finish Line Racing League from Rockingham as they're rounding out their regular season, getting close to the playoffs there. And then Saturday night, we'll be back live here again for the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series. And on Sunday night for the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series, both, I believe, from Talladega. It's going to be a wild weekend of racing there in the Southern Excitement Racing League. And January 27th and 28th, we'll be live here for a couple of big one-off races. On the 27th, we have the Budman 100, a big one-off dirt race. And on that Friday night, on the 28th, we'll be live with the Budman 600, 600 miles, 400 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway, $100 to win. February 4th, we have coming up the Pre-Clash Clash, brought to you by Full Send Motorsports here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. Still taking signups for that. That's looking to be about $200 to win that race at Daytona International Speedway. And then coming up on February 13th, 1 week before the Daytona 500, we have the Prelude to the 500, brought to you by Ron Morris Racing. They're going to be doing 500 miles around Daytona International Speedway, getting everyone hyped up and ready for the real-world NASCAR Daytona 500. Be sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe here on the Full Send Broadcast Network, and you'll stay up to date when we go live with any of our content between any leagues and one-off races. And we will see you at the finish line, and we appreciate you stopping by here. For Full Send Broadcast Network, I'm Jacob, signing off here for Roger Pierce. We'll see you on Tuesday night.